everyone. Good morning. It is Charlotte, and we have a craft with me day. I need ephemera for this commission journal, and so I went into my pile of leftover file folder pieces and a couple cardstock pieces, and then I got into my girl Medieval Mirage because you know I love me some Jarf. Jarf from Australia, and I thought, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna just do random makes and then see what fits. So I guess I need some kind of a, yes, Maggie, glue book, and I'm not seeing one, of course, but I do have a couple pages here I can use. This is, I think, one of my absolute favorite Jarf kits, a bouquet of elegant eras, and the kit is like all about this. Pink roses, which are by far not my favorite. I'm not a pink girl, never have been a pink girl, but look at this. I mean, yeah, so I definitely want to put these two pieces in that journal, and I think these three. So possibly this, I came across this, I thought maybe this will be some kind of a flip out. I don't know, but it's this, was thinking about it. I don't usually do themed journals and stick to it. I like lots of, color and pattern and I'm pretty eclectic, I think, which is where this is going to go. Even though I started out with this paper line, it's just going to have a little bit of everything in there. That's just how it's going to have to be. I can't help myself. I just can't help myself. So let's cut some of this, or let's see if we can tear this. Of course, I'm making a lot of noise. I'm sorry about that. And my husband is out cleaning the pool filters. It is early, and I thought, let's get in here right now and see what we can do before he comes in the house and wants to know what's for breakfast. I'm one of those people that I can go easy. With no breakfast, I can go till 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon without eating. I don't have a problem, but he likes breakfast, so I think most men do. And so I know that he will come in and he will be all about, when are we going to eat? That's Little Repeat. If you remember the story, Big Pete. Big Pete, Little Pete, and Repeat. Sherry asked me, which one do you have? And I've got Repeat. I've got the littlest one. And I'm grateful that I do. He's a good, good man. We have been together 50 years, if you can believe it. 50. That's 50. You look back on your life and you just can't even fathom. We went to a concert, a choir concert, for our granddaughter last night, Allie. They have regional quarterly concerts, and it was so good. They were doing Phantom of the Opera. It was beautiful, and we found out Phantom of the Opera is going to be leaving Broadway after, what, decades? It is, I think, in its last year. I wonder how they determine that. Do they determine through admissions? Do they determine through space and just wanting new? I mean, I have no idea. So, okay, do I have anything here that we could potentially use, or do I have to pull out new? And it looks like, let me just grab this. I've got this file folder here that I house all of my, I think this will work. Yeah, I might only be able to get one on there, but that's okay. I house all of my offcuts from my file folders. So that works. Excuse me. So I know that if I want tags or something with a sturdier backing, I can go to that folder and I will find something. So I don't know if I'm on camera. If I move this, I have no idea what time it is. Let me turn my phone off. Oh my goodness, Charlotte, a little after 9:30. Let me put my phone on silent. Trying to get going in the morning. It's not easy. Usually I film my videos in the afternoon once I've gotten the day started and I know what I feel like doing. And yesterday just threw me because I had to leave the house for 2 separate things, and so trying to work around that. That's why yesterday you had such a wacky video. And you know what, guys? Sometimes wacky's just good. We just have to go with it. Yep, we do, because everybody has days like that. And let me grab my zoo card. And we will do this. So we've got that, and then let me see on my pieces what we can round this out with. What else did I pull? Come on, Charlotte, what do you have here? I love that. So let's... Hey, Maggie. Hey, Maggie, are you saying hello? This is from the medieval Bohemian. This is one of Jarf's add-ons from the Bohemian kit. Well, that isn't gonna work, is it? This is probably a good thing because it's gonna give the other one just a little bit of time to dry. I definitely need a new ruler. Oh my goodness, can you believe what I just did? Yep, I did, and you know what? It won't matter once it's on the tag. So I think we're gonna give the ruler up, and let's just pick the scissors up, because I want this blue. Let's just cut this out and not be so fussy about it. It's gonna be that kind of day, huh? I don't think so. I'm not giving into that. Not gonna be that kind of day for me. We're just going to make it a different kind of day. Not that one. So let's see. Try not to glue in the same spot. And let's see if we can get this going. I know she's waiting for her journal. There was no time limit put on this, but can see where I'm gonna have to cut that off just a little bit because you can see where it's torn just a little bit there. It's raggedy, which, you know, that might work in my favor. Raggedy is good. I might just leave that and just have that. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Yep, that's cool. So I think we're just going to work with that. I have my sachet pot on. And so that is good. Thought about lighting a candle in here, but boy, I would be nervous about walking off. I'd have to have the candle like right in front of me. It would have to be like right here. Because sometimes when you leave, I'm one of those, I have to double check everything. Like if I'm walking it, if I was ironing that day and I'm walking out of the house, I have to go back and I have to physically stand there, look at the plug and say, Charlotte, it's unplugged. Look at it, it's unplugged. And this comes because I don't know what you would call that kind of, is it a phobia? Is it, what is that? I have no idea. But what happened is when I was in high school, we had a house fire that was generated through bad wiring in the wall. It was 3 days before Christmas, and it was bad. The fire was contained downstairs where the garage and family room area was, but the house was completely totaled due to smoke. It was, horrendous. And if you have never smelled that kind of like a house fire, the creosote, I don't know, it stays with you forever. And when the home was rebuilt, of course, the structure was still there, but when the home was built, this was in San Bruno, California. So San Bruno is where the San Francisco airport is, just to give you an idea. Very humid, 5 o'clock, the fog's rolling in. It would get damp enough that you could get a whiff of that burnt wood, the smoke that was just inside the walls. And it wasn't something where we can't live here, this is so awful, the house is ruined. It wasn't like that, but it was enough to bring that memory flooding back where you're just like, how much can I take? So when it comes to electrical things, I am very weird. I'm just really, yeah. I mean, I just, like, if I plug my curling iron in, when I unplug it, I will look at it. I mean, guys, just makes me sound really wacky, but I mean, it's the truth. It's the PTSD, I think, of living through, or the trauma of living through something like that. But I'll look at it and I'll say to myself, Charlotte, it's unplugged. Charlotte, it's unplugged. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying it's unplugged, it's unplugged. Like, I don't believe it's unplugged. And then before I leave the room, if I'm doing other things, then before I leave the room, I will look over my shoulder and I will say, it's unplugged. Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's true. Those kinds of traumas, they don't leave. This is what I'm cutting right now is, I can't even read it. It's Medieval Fragments, but I'm like, okay, what kit is this from? I don't know. Medieval Fragments. So if you ever went on Medieval Mirage into Jarf Shop, I'm sure that if you typed in Medieval Fragments, this would come up. But you wouldn't think you could mix this beautiful roses with something like this, would you? But you can, and it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I want this blue, and I want this horse. I asked Jarf, I said, you're the writing that you do in your digitals, is it authentic, or is it just kind of something that you not made up, but you know, something that you, she says, no, it's all authentic. She does all the, can I get that in there? I think I might be able to get that. I love that. Let me see, because I've got a smaller piece that'll take that. I love this, and I think I'm going to bend it. I can get this even enough. She does a lot of research. That's Jar from Australia. Just the sweetest, kindest person ever. So let's see how this works. I can just get this, and I can. So let's do that. Let's get this on there, because I like this. So yesterday afternoon I was working on my Angel Dream Crafts Kim tea bag journal. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's gonna be so beautiful. It is just, thank you, Roxy. Roxy Fiber Arts. Oh my goodness, that woman's got talent. Oh, and I wanted to tell everyone, Dana came over on Sunday. I think I told you that. And she brought, I gave her, when we had gone last week to, Dana's my friend, for those of you that might be new. This is a story. If you don't want to hear the story, you can just kind of fast forward. But she came over and she brought the cards, and she says, Charlotte, I want you to read the cards. And I'm like, ooh, you know, it was such a personal thing. I wasn't sure that that was something that, you know, I wasn't sure. And I said, Dana, I don't know, you know, those are for you. And she said, Charlotte, you have the nicest, most loving friends. And she said, I want you to read how beautiful each and every single card that you gave me was. And I have to say, I understand where when people come on, you don't want to discuss past traumas. You don't want to, I mean, in the comments, you don't want to be sharing maybe things that you have gone through. But I read where, let's just say I got to know some of you way better than I knew, and I just love you. I really, really do. You shared your hearts with somebody that's dear to me, and I can't thank you enough. And the struggles, I know all of you have commented on Tony, and you're sharing your thoughts and your prayers, and I really, really, really appreciate that, and so does Dana. But I'm just going to kind of give you an update. Tony can pretty much be alone. He can take care of himself, but Tony's problem is the verbal. What's in his head's not coming out of his mouth. He doesn't know his colors. In his head, he knows his colors, but like you might ask him what color, like something yellow is, and he will say it's brown. I don't know how they know this, but they know that he knows it's yellow in his head. but the word that comes out is brown. So he has to work on all of that. He can't distinguish his capital letters from his lowercase letters. It's all in there, but it's like if your brain was a map, the roads are all messed up. They're just messed up. So he has a pretty long way to go. So, yeah, but I just want to say thank you, and I know that you want updates, and so that's why I'm sharing that. So he will have PT for a very long time, but he goes 3 days a week, and Dana works with him, and luckily Bailey can work from home, and she works for the college, and the work that she's doing is a lot of what she's doing. She can work from home. So he's not alone, but they can leave him alone for short periods. So prayers work, guys. They do. They work. They do. They work. Okay. So I think we've got these. I'm not going to be able to show you what we're going to be doing with them because I have to stitch this. It's going to go in here. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to be putting some samples of fabrics in here, but this is the first signature, and I'm hoping they'll go in here. I've got these ready to be sewn in, and then just really quickly, what I did yesterday is I put Tyvek, I think we did that together. Then I'm thinking about putting a piece of fabric in here and putting a piece of fabric here. I have to be careful that I can still open this. This is a pocket. So, yeah, I have to be cautious about that because if I bring this, not so much because this is the entire height, but this is not. So obviously if I brought fabric over here, we're gonna have an issue. I hate to cover this up, but at the same time, this is going to get lace, and I did bring a piece of, y'all can let me know what you think about this in the comments. I love this piece here. This is from Jarf's Botanical Kit, and I thought maybe it could just tuck in there and be like a journal card, you know, or a writing board. But I thought that would be pretty. So yeah, we'll see. So this is what I'm doing today because I know that she's gonna end up saying to me, where are we? How are we doing? And I'd like to be able to say we are coming along and doing well. So what was the first one that I had put down? I think it was this one here. Yeah, this one. So let's cut this. And I think the easiest way to cut this is going to be here. Let's see. And just so that you can see, I am going to do it not in my lap because otherwise you can't see anything. And you have to be careful because sometimes if your glue is not dry, you are going to tear your paper. So now we're going to see what this looks like. And I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to worry about that. Worry about having to fix that. I'm going to leave that just like that. And then I have to think, what do I want to do on the back? Do I want to, lots of times I will leave the back because it's valuable real estate for writing, journaling. Sometimes if you put, I think, my opinion is if you put too much, it gets, it's hard to focus. Like if I put a lot of text or print here, it's hard to focus. But I might put like one of Jarf's stamps or one of her ladies. That's a beautiful tag right there. So I'm very happy with that. And then let's cut this one here. Get these cut. And you can see they want a curl. And that's okay. We can fix that. We're going to fix that just by, you can just roll it. This I'm going to keep. And when I say roll it, I just kind of mean like go like that. Do you see how it just, it's okay. This I'm going to cut with a scissor because I have found if I try to cut this, come back and cut this many times, I tear it. I literally tear the paper. If I had a I don't have a chomper cutter. I thought about getting one, but then I'm like, how many cutters do you need? How many things? This works, so how many different things do you need? You know, we tend to think we need everything. We want everything. We need everything. But I'm like, no, you don't. So let's work with what we have. You don't need everything. You don't need a chomper. They remind me of the paper cutters from when I was in grade school. That's what we had. That's what the teachers had. And I was always afraid that thing would take my finger off. It was like a guillotine. Let's see. So I know I haven't asked you, how is everyone? And what have you been doing? I've given some thought to my spinner giveaway from Carol from Free Spirit Arts, and I know what I'm going to do, and so I will be doing that. I know she's waiting. There's no time limit. She just has to fill her spinner up before she starts her giveaway. So if any of you are interested in doing a Rolodex card, you can do anything you want on the Rolodex card. Hop over to Free Spirit Arts and you can find out how to go about giving her a decorated Rolodex card and being in her monthly giveaway. So let's trim this up. Boy, I hope she loves this journal. I think it's going to be beautiful. I have not done the second signature yet. I need to get my papers together. I think I have all my papers in one container, and I think I need to go in and separate them. You know, like all my music papers in one, all my vintage papers in one, my book pages. It'll make it easier for me to find things. And we bought our tickets to Europe, guys. We are going. Yes, we are going with our son and his family and our daughter, maybe. They still haven't made their minds up. He wants to go. Our son-in-law really wants to go. But our daughter is like, doesn't want to spend the money. So I have not said one word. They need to make their minds up and do what they think is right. I am staying out of that. That's not a decision for me to have any opinion about. I would love to have them. We're going to go back to our old, I was going to say our old stomping grounds, share it with our grandchildren, and it's going to be so fun. it's going to be a very fast trip. I think it's going to be a trip that I'm not going to want to end, because I loved it when I lived in Europe. I didn't want to come back to the States. I didn't have a choice, but I really would have loved if we could have had another assignment that kept us over there, but that didn't work. But that was 30 years ago, so I have no expectations, because when I look at, well, I can't say when I look at where I lived 30 years ago, because I wasn't here 30 years ago. This is the longest I have ever in my whole life lived anywhere. It'll be 20 years this summer, but this is the longest I have ever lived anywhere. Isn't that beautiful? It's just beautiful. Different shape, just beautiful. So, yeah, I'm trying not to have expectations. I'm trying not to, I just know I have to go in with a clean, clear head and not expect it to be the same, because it is not going to be the same. It's going to be a new experience. I'm with my grandkids, and I'm looking forward to it. So, I know parts of it are going to be the same. We're going to go to Trier, which is the oldest city. I used to love to do that. I would love to just take an afternoon and go walk around the square of Trier, look at the flowers, maybe have some tea. They had a tea shop there that was fantastic. And who knows, 30 years later, it may be there, it may not be there. But I doubt very much that the square will have changed. The look of it will not have changed. The shops may have changed. So, there's things that are that will be the same, but maybe will be just a little bit different. The atmosphere will be different, I know. And it's all okay. It'll all be new. It'll be a new set of memories that probably will tend to wash the old ones out to a certain extent. And that's all right. It is going to be, like I said, fast. So it sounds like we're flying to Amsterdam. Holland is one of my most favorite countries in the world. The Dutch are so nice. It is so beautiful with all its canals and its houses. Just beautiful. Good food, friendly people. Let's see if I can do this. So we're going to fly into, unless something changes, we're going to fly into Amsterdam. We're going to rent a car, make our way to Germany. We're going to be in Germany for a while. We're going to make our way then to Paris and fly out of London to come home. So should be fun. Okay. And you know what I'm going to be looking for? When I lived there before, shopping, I shopped for everything. This time, I'm just going to be shopping for paper. Oh my goodness, paper. Yes, paper. Everything paper. Oh, so cute. Everything paper, guys, that we can share together. Yeah, everything paper. I'm going to be asking, the kids are like, I want to go to the Eiffel Tower. I want to go to the Louvre. And I'm like, I've been to the Eiffel Tower. I've been to the Louvre. Where's a thrift store? That'll be me. Where's a thrift store? Where's the used store? Where's an old bookstore? That's what I want. You can go to the Eiffel Tower. Where's the crepe shop? Okay. It's so funny. All right. when we went to Paris, it was in November. Can you imagine? It was over Thanksgiving. The kids were out of school. You know, my husband was off work. We got in the car. You know, that was the thing about where we lived. We were in Bitburg. And so we were just close to everything. We were only a 3.5 hour drive out of Amsterdam. We were like, I think it was less than a 4 hour drive to Paris. Something right in there. It may have been a little bit more than that, but it's so doable. So let's cut this out. Let's put this away, and then I think this is probably going to be a video for today, unless I can find something to do with maybe the backs of these. Let's not cut this out. Let's not have you sit, and this goes back in my pile. Let me see if I can find some stamps or something we might be able to put on the back of that in my... I don't think they're in that one. Let's see. Hold on. But anyway, we'd get up on the weekend and we'd be like, want to go east? Want to go west? I always wanted to go north because that was to Holland. My favorite place to go. Let's go into this. Yeah, I always wanted to head north. But when we went to Paris, we went on, I may have already told you guys this story. These are so cute. It was in November and it was cold. Let's see. No, I don't think I'm going to use any of that. Oh, here's what I think I want. Love these. And, we got there and it was at night and we checked into our hotel. And my husband, because could do this. My husband's father was also in the military. And, oh yeah, let's check some of this. Oh, we've got this. Okay, I pulled out some. Okay, all right, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And he had been to Paris several times, and he said, but it had been years and years and, well, really decades. And so he said, I know where it is, and we started walking, and we were freezing. And we're walking, it's very dark. We're going down these alleys, and I'm saying to my husband, here we've got the kids. I'm like, we're lost. And if you know anything about Europe, they've got their fences are like they're natural. They're hedges. They're some are walls, but there's a lot of hedges. And they're really, really tall. You can't see over them. So I'm like, you don't know where you're going. We're going to get lost. Of course, there I am. And the next thing I know, he says, I know it's right around here. I know it is. So the next thing I know, we turn this corner. There must have been a 10-foot wall, brick wall, and we turn this corner. You could not see over this wall, okay? You didn't know what was coming. And let's see, what is this from? This is the Bouquet of Elegance. That is this. This is one of the add-ons. Isn't that beautiful? We turn the corner and there it is, the Eiffel Tower, all lit up. It was the most breathtaking sight I had ever seen. It was just, literally, it took your breath away. All the lights in the dark, it was gorgeous. Yep. I think I'm going to cut that tab off. Absolutely breathtaking. So, really, really, really pretty. Now, I'll have to share stories with you about, well, I'll tell you this really quick and then I'll say goodbye. So, I'm just going to kind of do my thing and then I'll tell you the story. So, my husband, like a lot of guys my husband's age, I think I just want to put I just want a little something, just a little, when you turn your tag over. I think I'm gonna put it up there. So, okay, so he loves World War II, World War I, just the history of all of that. So we were in France, and it was one weekend we were going to go to France. We did not do this when we took the trip in November. So we went to he said there is this cemetery, this American cemetery. And you know, the kids, they're like, oh geez, how long do we have to be in the car when, you know? So we're driving, and where we were driving, it was off the map. It was down this dirt road, and that's cute, don't you think? You look at that and you turn it over and you have a little something something. I'm gonna call that done. That is really cute. And so anyway, we were in a cornfield, literally a cornfield that was hitting the sides of the car. And our son was like, Dad, I just know this is wrong. You're going, you know, we're lost. You couldn't turn around. There was nowhere to turn around. You literally were in a cornfield. And so we kept driving, and the next thing we knew, we came upon an opening that was so beautiful, and there was the cemetery. I mean, they honored American soldiers. It's just incredible, and we're hoping to go back there this trip. We'll see, but we're hoping to be able to do that. We're going to Bastogne for sure. Bastone's incredible. Been there several times. I was lucky enough to be able to do that while we were living there, because it's not that far away, and it's incredible. But this was another shock to the senses. It really, really was. So if you ever go to Europe and you're doing that type of thing, this is a cemetery you definitely need to go to. Well worth everything. Totally worth the experience of being in a cornfield. Yeah, totally worth it. Yep, it was. I am one of those travelers. I'm not a tour person. I want to go where I want to go on my timeline. My brother-in-law is very much a tour person. He doesn't want to worry about maps and driving, and I get it. He wants to know where he's going to sleep at night, where he's going to eat, just the security of knowing you don't have to worry about any of that. You can just relax, you know? And I get that. I totally get that. I understand that. But I'm exactly the opposite. Put me in a car, let's just go, and let me go where I want to go, and I'll figure it out. I'm not fearful that way. And that might be because I've been traveling since I was 13 years old. So, I mean, that's when we moved to Europe. And you have to learn. You have to just do it. So, okay, how about let's do this one, guys. I have this beautiful woman left. Boy, I kind of just went off on a boondoggle, didn't I? I hope that was not boring, but one day I'll have to tell you about when we went to Russia and we went to the flea market, and they wanted anything American, and they were trying to barter to get the jeans off our kids. it's a true story. Oh, it really is. It was funny. You know, now the kids say, if we had it to do over again, we'd have given them our jeans. And I'm like, yeah. And then what would you have worn? Not, not quite that easy. You know, you can say that now, but if we went back, you wouldn't be giving anybody your jeans. I can guarantee you that. Okay, got glue on her. That just gives you just a, you know what? This could have a something on it as well. Let's see. Let's check out these two. So yeah, life is a great big experiment of what you do, how you do it, the decisions that you make, and it's all good. You do what works for you. You do what makes you happy. I mean, I met, it was very common to have people in the military that would never go overseas if they couldn't live on the American base, and they would never leave the base. They would only leave if they were forced to, but they would never leave the base. They just were fearful, and they would never leave the base. And that to me was just really sad. Ooh, I kind of like that. I think I would like this better, just because you've missed so much. But you know what? They don't know that. They don't know what they missed. It's just like me sitting here crafting and not going out in the world today. I don't know what I'm going to miss. You know, there could be something out there that could happen that could be so spectacular, or there could be something that I could see that I'm not going to see because I didn't go out. It's like when I took Jenna to get her contacts last week, and on the way, we saw all this snow on the mountains. If I hadn't gone out that day, I wouldn't have seen that snow. I wouldn't know the difference, and somebody could say, oh, there was snow on the mountains. And I would have been, oh, you know, that's great, but I wouldn't have been able to see it. I would have missed it. Let's do her. What do you think? Before that, just let me, I mean, if, you know, you're not missing what you can't see, you know, I mean, that's the truth. You're not missing, if you've never been to the Eiffel Tower, you're not missing the Eiffel Tower. You haven't been there. You don't know, you know, you may long to go to the Eiffel Tower, but you're not missing anything because you don't know what there is to miss. And I mean, that's just my opinion, but you know, you can see it in a book. You can, you know, lots of people are like, I can see that on TV, or I can go on the Travel Channel. I don't need to go there. I can see it. And that's true, you can. And that's fine. You know, if that makes you happy, then that makes me happy. So, boy, did I go off on a, I don't know, what would you call that? What would you, should we put this there? That doesn't give you any writing space then. Yeah, I kind of went off on a down memory lane. How about on this one? This is so pretty. I love this. I'll put that there. No, I think I'm going to save this. I think these I'm going to leave plain because I'm probably going to add eyelets or whatever. So, okay, thank you for going on a tangent with me. Thank you for letting me take you on a, I don't know, even know what you would call what we just did. But thank you guys. And this is another kind of wackadoodle video. And I will catch you in the next one. So everyone, take care. Hugs to you. Have a really, really spectacular day. And I'll see ya. Bye, guys.